Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, happy Easter weekend. Alex O Crypto here, repping the Canadian shirt. Let's go Bitcoin. Sideways action. Hope you all have your Easter eggs planted and ready to be hunted for. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Otter Gang. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll get right into it. What has happened? The Elon beautiful Twitter logo has now changed back to a birdie. Okay? We have lots of news to cover. We have lots of things to look at in the market. I mean, is it red? Is it green? What do we see? And what will we cover? Well, we'll look into Bitcoin. We'll look into ADA because Charles has some unsureties in the market, and Ethereum is pumping new highs for the last 8 months. Doge seems to be dropping like it's hot, maybe because of this beautiful logo switch, catching support, but just probably here reminding people that it's still here and it's still viable as possibly a payment system to the Twitterverse. So we'll jump into Bitcoin first. We'll go through the time frames. We'll look at market Cipher, try to pick something up. We know that we're going sideways, okay? We know that we're getting bored here. We know that we're like, oh, it's the weekend, so it's going to be even slower. But guess what? We can take a look at this and see if we can find anything possibly heading straight into a flag to pop to the upside. But overall, the past couple days, we've been feeling kind of bearish with these higher term time frames. Now we're going to take a zoom out and look at the weekly, and we can see we have very indecisive market idea here. Okay, it's very indecisive. We were also talking about the moon cycles and how the full moon can bring the markets up. Well, that hasn't happened. We have continued sideways. So we're waiting to see what's going to go on with this beautiful Easter candle here and whether we can move to the upside or the downside. So as we flip through here quickly and surely, we can see that we're getting a red dot on these higher term time frames, which is the 4-day and the 5-day. And now that has the 3-day confirmed? Not yet. Has the 2-day confirmed? Absolutely. Okay, so we got a confirmation here on the beautiful 2-day time frame. We can see that we're making higher highs and lower lows on the momentum waves, which is a bearish divergence, which should suggest that we move down. But we got to be aware because we did print a green dot before, which definitely kept us afloat. Okay, so very mixed signals in the market right now. We are waiting for one thing and one thing only. It's April 7th, okay? It's April 7th, and we're looking for the Ethereum unstaking event to occur, okay? When we go over to Ethereum, we got a note on our calendar that Ethereum on the 12th of April will be having its unstaking event. Are we preparing for this event? I am very positive that we are, because we got to know what's going to go on with Ethereum. Is it a security? Is it a commodity? They don't know, but maybe this unstaking event can bring that to fruition. Okay, so we got to be very prepared here. Now, we got this bearish divergence. We have money flow still pretty green, but is it going to look to come out and go into the red? That's something we need to keep an eye on. Now, jumping into the daily, we can see that we have a curl over here. We're very much overbought, but we have a curl over occurring here and another red dot printing on the daily. Can this be bearish? We are in the red here. We are underneath the 0 line for the VWAP, and we are looking to possibly come up here, but we have another red dot printing, and that will be confirmed in exactly 10 hours. So there is less than half a day on this one. So what does that mean? Let's jump into our 12-hour and take a look at that. So we can see we're getting very small momentum waves, and I believe that the volume has been low. So we got to be very careful here. Okay, so as we can see, we are making lower highs along with the momentum waves as well. RSI has come to the middle line here. So that's something to take note. We have remained red on the daily for this whole uptrend, but as we know, we are in a clear uptrend trying to push price up and create new highs at this 30K. There's a lot of people calling for 40K. There's a lot of people saying the bull run is on. Well, for me, we trade the range until it says otherwise, and that means that we're going to trade the highs. We're going to short the highs. We're going to long the lows and try to pay ourselves early in order to be profitable in this market. With good risk management, healthy mindset, we can extract profits together. Now, let's see here. I got to double check. Mrs. Otter, are we live? We're good to go, right? We're good to go, yeah? I'm just double checking here. She says, yeah. Mrs. Otter in the house, keeping us ready and prepared for anything. I am going to have to bug her and ask her for a cup of coffee. And she's going to tell me for coffee. I just want a for coffee. She's probably like, he didn't get himself one before the live stream. Typical Mr. Otter. Wanted to shout out some of my friends here on the Discord. Jake with the 13% win here. Amazing job. Chilling by the pool. Man, what a legend. We got Jake scalping the range. Has the bull run started? Altcoin Daily did an interview with Tom Crown. I mean, join us in the free Discord. Everybody's in here making nice trades, killing it in my opinion, doing their thing, okay? And guess what? We do have a wrecked wall, and sometimes we do lose. We need to share our losses in order to be transparent. So it's very important that we share our wins and our losses so that we can grow as a community to help each other become more profitable, okay? So the 12-hour here says that we're staying above the zero line here on the momentum waves. We have yet to cross over into the red, and we're looking to do that now. As we go into the 6-hour, we can see that it becomes more apparent that we're in a very sideways range here, but we are staying above this midline here, okay? So that's something to keep of note. We're going to pull up some TA here and make sure to add these levels to your chart just in order to build confluence on the levels that you're trying to trade. Thank you so much, Mrs. Otter. You're a sweetheart. Look at that. I have a delivery service company, and it's called Utterly Delicious Coffee. Thank you, Moose. You're the best. So we'll go over here and we'll check the volume profile, and we'll see here that we are bouncing off this point of control like it's our job. Now, what is good about this? Well, we're getting some clearly defined levels of volume, even though we're going sideways. We are in such a tight range right now, right? But we do have some key levels above us and below us here. So we have a range to trade. So we have some beautiful ideas in order to become profitable traders. So let's look at this now. And where are we going to go? It looks like we're going to go upwards, right? Doesn't it? It does look like that. But we need to be careful here because we are in such a tight range that price is going to pop one way or the other. As we trend sideways, there's more of a chance, in my opinion, that we pop to the upside. Okay? So we need to get above this 29.2 area, this previous high, the high of 2023 around 29.250. So we need to keep an eye on that. Okay? Let's go into our immediate time frames now that we have this idea of where price can possibly go. This is tough, eh? This is tough to see. This is tough to trade. We are very, very much sideways here. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's try to get those likes up. Let's try to get this out to more people in order to grow the Otter Gang. So let's look here. We're on the 1 hour, and we can see that we are going sideways AF, okay? So we want to pull up our volume and we want to take a better look at this. Yeah, volume is cranking down ever since that we had this drop down and this rejection from the news. We can see that we have come down and we are flagging and we are not moving too much. Hard to trade something like this, but we can scalp the ranges. So let's jump into the 30. We can see that we had the news here, the Darth Maul candle. Okay, Darth Maul candle, up and down action, then leads to a dump. So we are in a mini downtrend here. We are ranging sideways, so we can look at the highs and the lows here and look to trade this. We can see a clearly defined trend here that we want to watch as well. So we can see massive wicks as well to the bottom. So it looks like the bulls are really trying to keep us afloat here rather than allow us to come down to this level and then possibly pop up. So there is liquidity below us. As you can see from the previous range, there is many spikes down to this red box we have below here. Tim Young, good morning, Alex. He says, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 10 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. It's the long weekend. It's Easter. So we will be reborn in the YouTube algorithm. And hopefully, find some nice, beautiful trade setups for our friends over here. Thank you for wishing me a good morning. I hope you have a great morning as well, my man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Super hard to trade sideways movement. Best tool I've seen for sideways movement is the VRVP and the Bollinger Bands. Bollingers seem to like sideways movement. Absolutely. For me, with the sideways movement, I'm a VWAP fan. So let's go into the sideways movement and let's see how we could scalp and use the VWAP on this range. So we found that we are in a mini downtrend, okay? Overall, long-term time frames suggest we're moving upwards. There's a definite uptrend. That's overall. But sentiment right now, we had news, we dropped down, and we continue to go sideways, okay? So now we have clearly defined highs along this top here. So we've had multiple trades here. After getting this one, we could have gotten this one. So if it does pop up, we have the point of control here. Confluence, right? So if we pop up to this area here, 28,104, we're possibly looking for a short, right? We're possibly looking for a short. So we want to mark this out on our, if we're scalping this range. And then we also want to have the VWAP. So what does the VWAP tell us? It's a volume weighted average price. The VWAP allows us to see what's the average price given right now. It resets every single day. As you can see here on my chart, it resets every single day. So it gives us an average price. What happens with the average price? Well, with the average price, we can see that it resets. So right now, the average price is somewhere in between here, okay? And depending on price action, it'll give us an average. And it'll give us highs and lows. And if the VWAP is below the price, we're looking for, if VWAP is below the price, we're looking for shorts, right? And then we're looking for longs when it's above, right? So we're above here, we're looking for that long. So we're looking for price to continually come back to the average price. As you can see, it has, and then it will act as a support and a resistance through the trend, okay? So where can we see the VWAP acting as a support and resistance? Well, let's go down to the 5 minute and it becomes much more apparent, okay? So we'll mark out all these areas. We can see here it has, so there's a short entry, there's a short entry. And you can see here it's come down to the lows. Yes, these are long entries, but right now it's above, right? Now we can see it pops through, it pushes through heavy. Now we're looking for longs, right? So it comes back to the VWAP, boom, long entry, right? Comes down, long entry, maybe not, right? So this is how I definitely trade the VWAP and I look for it to build confluence. Now look at what just happened. We have a VWAP reset and it happened literally as we're streaming here. So you can see this quick movement spike up, which has happened over here as well, right? So the VWAP now has reset. So we're going to have a much more accurate VWAP for this next range. Look, it's reset. 7, it's reset. 8, and if you flip through the time frames, it actually takes time to reset on the shorter term time frames. So you can see this. If we're scalping the range, now we'll get an average starting from here. So let's wait for some printing of some candles in order for it to get going and get some averages going. We'll be looking at this 28.1 area for a short entry, possibly to follow this mini trend down. Now there's scalping to be had. Now how are we going to scalp these ranges over the weekend? Well, we're going to definitely look to pay ourselves early, right? So if I'm throwing in a short here, I definitely want to keep my stop loss tight, and I want to aim for the bottom of this range, but I want to take profits how? How do I want to take profits? Well, my first take profit would definitely be, let's pull a fib. We can always pull a fib and use the Fibonacci retracement to take profits, okay? So I've pulled the fib for my trade setup, okay? Now the 2.8, this 236 area is where I'm going to pay myself and bring my stop loss to break even, okay? With a little bit of leverage, woof. Look what we do. We put that in. Now we're in a profitable trade. Now we can take, let's say we want to take profits at halfway, right? Then we want to take profits all the way, right? So depending on our risk management, we can use the Fibonacci tool in order to build confluence and help us take profits along the way, right? As long as we can secure the trade in a sideways action, price action trend right now, we can always trade this, right? It's just about paying ourselves early enough to allow us to let the rest of the trade ride. We got to protect our bags, pay ourselves early, and don't worry about that long move, right? If you want to just scalp the range this weekend, we'll grab the trade and get out. Grab the trade and get out, right? And as we do that, you can fill up the bags pretty quickly, right? We can fill up the bags pretty quickly, and I'm going to be looking to do that. So I will be in the free Discord. So join us in the Discord if you haven't already. We're out here all the time sharing our trade ideas, trying to help everybody become profitable, and also having a great time. You know what I mean? Friendly, loving community, all here to try and help one another. So right now we look to trade sideways, right? The overall look of this is that we've come up, we are in this range. We have key levels of support and resistance, value area low, value area high. Add them to your charts, right? We can see that we're stuck in the middle here at the point of control. Normally, I do not trade the middle of a range, but in this case, we can scalp and set ourselves up for movements throughout this range, right? And we definitely want to be looking for shorts at the top here and longs at the bottom. And if we do break through, look for us to attempt at this 26.5 level again, okay? We are in a mini rejection of a downtrend, so maybe we come up like this and do something like that. So look for these ranges, look for reactions of price at these levels, and make sure to add them to your chart. The market cipher has definitely have mixed signals right now, so we want to be very cautious, right? On the 12-hour, it's looking very much bearish. It wants to roll over. We have made higher highs throughout this, right? We are making higher highs, but then we are making lower lows on the momentum waves, which is the divergence, right? On the 2-day, the 1-day, there is that bearish divergence as well. So we definitely want to watch for that going forward. So yes, look for volume to cool right off over the weekend, but definitely keep an eye out for this move. Okay, so we want to watch for that bearish divergence to possibly play out over the weekend. We know that they want to get as many traders, for the mindset people, we want to get as many traders locked up into trades as possible so that we can move the markets drastically in one direction in order to liquidate people and make money for themselves. Rob the Crypto Snob and Brooke Froelich, what's up, my moderators? Thank you so much for being here. Much love. Sending love to Rob. Sending love to Brooke. Sending love to Tim. Sending love to Jake. I mean, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. We're out here every single day trying to help you guys become profitable traders, practicing healthy mindset. Go check out Rob the Crypto Snob and his band I hope you have it linked in the Discord, Rob. If not, we'll have to have you link your band in the Discord so people can go listen to some awesome music. Because Rob, the Crypto Snob, is a great friend of this channel. We love you, man. Hope you're doing well. And have you gotten that job yet, my man? Have you gotten that job yet? We have been sending our prayers for you in order to get that job. We're very grateful for you. Thank you so much. Nothing but love, nothing but respect for you. So we're going to go over and take a look at the S&P right now. We can see that the S&P has definitely been pumping. It's been pumping, right? We have a key level of resistance at 41.77. We have made our way up ever since putting in this double bottom low, and we have worked our way up. And now we're looking for a rejection at this 41.77. So as the S&P pumps, we're looking for Bitcoin to follow suit. Okay, we can see that we've respected this trend line all the way down, broken out of it, flipped it to support, and now we're looking to push up again. Now we're very cautious here. We know that this is a key level of resistance. So if it does come over here, we're looking for a rejection. That could be a double top, and that could be very bearish for Bitcoin. Okay, so we need to be very aware here. We need to make a higher high here. So we need to get above here in order to continue this trend up. Then we'll be looking for this pullback and then a continuation upwards. That's something to be very careful. You didn't get the interview. Well, they don't deserve you, my friend. They don't deserve you because you are a legend and they have no idea what they're missing out on. There's a better one in store for you, my man. Better one in store. Now, when we zoom out, so we're looking for that. We're looking for the rejection at the double top here. We need to make a higher high in order to continue upwards with the S&P 500, which will be a continuation upwards with the Bitcoin price. Okay, that's with the S&P. So that can mean that we might have a little bit of a pump here on Bitcoin in order to bring us up, right? And then a swing failure pattern, which is what we're looking for. We can see here, we're looking for something up and then down, right? To grab the liquidity up top here. So that's confluence, right? Then we look at the Dixie. When we zoom out on the Dixie, we can see that we have a key level here of the dominance of the dollar at 100 that we were trading in forever until COVID happened. I don't mind saying the word because it's what's real. And then we've come down and we've tried to come back into this box down here. We haven't done that. So right now we're looking for the dominance of the dollar to pop off and make a higher low here. So if it does that, right, this can be bearish for Bitcoin, right? Yes, it has come down, but it hasn't continued its downtrend into this area, right? As the dominance of the dollar here on the Dixie comes down, Bitcoin tends to come up, right? So right now we haven't put in a significant lower low, so we're waiting to see what happens here. If it does, then we can look for a continuation. But right now, it looks like it's holding resistance and it's looking to come up, which is a mixed signal because that would mean Bitcoin would go down. Okay, so lots of things to be noted here. Now, Dogecoin. Whew, I got into a trade up here somewhere, and you know what? I took profits. I was up 81%, and it came up, and I put my stop loss a little bit too low. Now, you want to talk about regrets because since then we have had what? What has this been? This has been 14% move, and I had 50x leverage on that. That would have been delicious. But you know what? You can't go to the past. You can only learn from the past, right? You can only look at, okay, what did I do wrong here, or how could I have made this better? I did nothing wrong here. I took an 80% trade here. It was very nice and profitable. But how could I have maximized my profits on this trade? And that's something to always look back on. I mean, keep a trading journal, keep an idea of what your trades were, and try to always grow in this trading life, right? Because it is a lot about learning from your mistakes. We have to be wrong quickly, we have to be wrong fast, and we have to be wrong small, because we are going to lose in this game. But if we can minimize those losses and we can make them smaller, then we can definitely be profitable, right? It's about the long-term perspective. I've been shorting Doge since 9 8.5 cents. That's my man. That's my man. So we've come down to this key level of support here. So what's going to happen now? Well, let's pull this across and let's take a look. We're at this point of control. Obviously, we're at a point of control and we're looking for a reaction here. Burn it to the ground, says Rob. Burn it to the ground. And we can see that the Twitter logo has come back. Okay, so the Doge is now out of business. He had his day. So we're definitely looking for the Doge to continue its way down, possibly back to the value area low here, right? Which would mean it would come down to about 6 or 7 cents, right? So very, very funny idea of look at how much Elon manipulated the market. We pumped 40%. Now we're down another, Okay, so watch the Doge. Maybe look for a retracement on Doge for a short entry. I'll be watching it because there is volatility. There is some volume. So we'll definitely be looking for Doge to continue its way down. We can see this trend line here. So let's possibly draw out this trend line, friends, and look for a retracement back up and then a continuation downwards. Remember, we're at a key level of support here. So we're looking for a little bit of a bounce and then a continuation downwards and get back to reality, okay? Because this is not realistic. This is called the news. So be very careful of Doge. We want to be practicing good risk management. TA still applies here, right? But we're very much in a steep downtrend, trying to get back to reality with this current price here, right? And for me, the way I would look to analyze this is that I would pull a simple volume tool before the pump, right? Before the pump. And I would be looking for us to work our way back down to the 74 cents area, right? Or 7 cents, 7.4 cents, sorry. So be very careful of the Doge. Good morning, Nick. How are we, my man? Thank you so much for being here. Nick Musgrave, always out here, part of the Otter Gang, my man. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're having a great morning. Hope you have your coffee locked and loaded, ready for Easter weekend. You better be hiding those Easter eggs well, because I'm coming to find them, my friend. We're coming to find those profitable trades and those Easter eggs. My man, thank you for being here. So let's take a look at ETH, because ETH, for me, is doing something that it did last year. So when we look at ETH, let's go way out to the 3-day, and we'll do this also with Bitcoin, and we'll go out to the 3-day. Now, this is the thing I note. Okay, so I note here that this area here is when we had the other ETH pump where it was leading the market, and we had Ethereum news. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but we had Ethereum news. Now we look at this pump and we can see that yes, we had this massive dump and we worked our way back up. But if you look at this pump and then you look at this pump, we can see how much more steep Ethereum's was. Ethereum was leading the way here, okay? It was leading the way, and this is what I'm seeing happen again. We got Ethereum news, and we can see this. Ethereum is leading the way, okay? When we look at Bitcoin, we can see that we're coming really sideways here, right? Ethereum is leading the way yet again, and we have the unstaking event here, right? So we need to look at history and look how it can rhyme, right? Look how it can rhyme. Yes, we buy the news and we sell the price, whatever they say, but what happened afterwards, right, is that we dumped. So can this be a little bit of a wick up and then a dump down? Well, retracement to this 25 to 25K area would be healthy in order for price to continue upwards on the Bitcoin, right? So yes, Ethereum is leading the way. It has made newer highs. We're looking for it to beat out this August high over here at around 2K. And we have to definitely 2 a.m. here. Let's go. We got our European Union. We got the UK. We got Netherlands. We got Africa. We got the Canada shirt on. And I'm in Australia. I mean, Mr. International here. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will be moving back to Canada in September. Wild, wild. Eastern Standard Time. Whew, we in the game. We in the game, Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll have to go to Spain and visit Rob the Crypto Snob and go on a lad's holiday, as they say. Is that what they call it, Mrs. Otter? A lad's holiday? I've never had a lad's holiday, and I don't plan on it because I have a very amazing Mrs. Otter. So I'll be having a Mrs. Otter and Mr. Otter holiday in Spain. And hopefully we can meet up with Rob. Oh, get that coffee. So we got the unstaking event coming up. Now this is something to watch. We can see that we're working our way up. We've pumped a little bit. We are leading the way here. So we need to be very cautious about Ethereum. Ethereum could possibly pop up and create new highs here and then head down. So we're very much anticipating a move come this unstaking day. Add it to your calendar. Look at what time it happens for you and make sure you're prepared. We've been talking about this for weeks on end, and look at that. Ethereum was continuing sideways just like Bitcoin, and all of a sudden now it is starting to pump. So be very cautious if you're looking at Ethereum to trade. It could be a little bit sporadic. Now, going over to ADA, I wanted to talk about ADA because it's popping off in Twitter because Charles Hoskin said something about, I think it was like one of the nodes or one of the codes or something with ADA's going on, and it's been trending on Twitter. So we're keeping an eye on the Twitterverse in order to catch moves, right? So a lot of people are saying, oh, ADA's got the biggest, it's going to pop. Like I've seen this one here. ADA is about to explode, guys. The TA is so perfect. Okay. To me, TA, we got all these crosses and moving averages, and this person is saying, Captain Rob, not Rob the Crypto Snob, but Captain Rob is saying the TA is perfect. So we need to be aware of FUD. We need to be aware of news because it does pump. And don't forget to follow us over at Twitter. European Central Bank President reveals plan to launch a digital euro. So Rob the Crypto Snob, you better be careful here because they're coming, right? Just in, the U.S. Treasury says decentralized crypto markets threaten national security, right? Then we got a little bit of Elon Musk. We got the beautiful thumbnail with the market update. Don't forget the Otter's always watching you guys and many more. So there is constantly an update here. I retweet a lot of the things that I believe to be true. We got Eric Crown over here is one of my favorite YouTubers, and 15%, he does a lot of statistics, 15% to move from 28K pivot, likely seems either 32K or 24K. So we got some predictions coming on from these people because right now we're heading very much sideways. So we need to be aware. We need to keep up with the news, but also be aware of the TA. What can I see? I can see a clearly defined uptrend here. Maybe we're looking for a possible long on ADA. I always like to bring stuff to your guys' attention. If it's on my radar, I share it with you guys always, right? So we are at a key level of resistance here. We can see multiple touches throughout this market, right? So we can see here that we are being held down at that key level of resistance, just like Bitcoin at 29K, okay? But when we zoom in on ADA, we can see that we're very much in an accumulation area here. We've come down and we are in accumulation area here where we want to scoop up at the bottom and then hopefully ride it up as it pumps. So be very careful here with the ADA and subtracta and multiplicationa and divisiona, okay? Now jumping over quickly, last but not least, we're going to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin dominance was coming down, but it seems to have recovered here. It was coming down with all this Ethereum stuff. Now it's coming back up. So we want to be very cautious. We aren't seeing people withdraw their Bitcoin and pump into alts yet, okay? So we're not going to look into too much of an alt run yet. We're looking for large caps, possibly for Bitcoin to lose its dominance first and then into alts, okay? So right now, if Bitcoin dominance, which it has, remains strong, we're looking for more pumpage and more people to put their money into Bitcoin over the short term. Okay, it's not going to be easy to release a dystopian CBDC for retail in the EU. We have very strict internet and privacy laws. That's for damn sure. Watch out, Euro power. Yo, Felix, how are we doing, my man? My Aussie friend. Hope you're doing well. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're here every single day, even on Easter weekend, giving you guys all the tidbits of information and what we're looking at. So, Bitcoin dominance quite strong. Let's go over to the futures. We do have a CME gap at 21,145 and at 30. Let's bring this over here. 21,145. We can change this so we can see something different. 21.5. Hope you're all doing well, Otter Gang, says Felix. Thank you so much, Felix, for being here. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're definitely just watching the sideways action, trying to set ourselves up for success for the weekend. We're not expecting a lot of volume because, you know, people are Easter egg hunting. They're busy. So right now, no new CME gaps. Very much a sideways action. Bitcoin dominance is working its way back up. Oh, possible reversal coming up. So we need to be very cautious. We need to trade this range currently that we're in and set ourselves up for success. That is overall my thoughts and ideas. We're trying to set ourselves up for this bigger move. Hopefully we don't pop off too quickly. We're in a small downtrend, and hopefully we can catch a short off this 28,106 area if we fail to get above the point of control. So that's it from me today. Make sure to join us in the free Discord. Great people out here. Go check out Rob the Crypto Snob here. My man got some amazing music. My man Felix here. We're going to go and jam to some Rob the Crypto Snob. Blast the music. Scalp the range. Join us over on Twitter. We're constantly retweeting things that we believe to be important. And you know what? We got otters, man. How could you say no to an otter? Much love to every single one of you. Make sure to add these prices to your charts and keep it real, keep it cool. You guys are legends. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for your love, your support. God bless every single one of you. We will see you guys tomorrow live. Much love. Take care. Peace out. Bye. Mrs. Otter, you know that Felix got his teeth removed, but he's still listening to some Rob the Crypto Snob and nodding his head because the music's so damn good, even with his sore tooth. I don't know, man. I love you all. Peace out.